All right, so I have the 4Runner here. This is going to be a very quick video. Like I talked about before in a previous video not too long ago that I uploaded, modding vehicles, it's a never-ending thing. I actually found a few more things that were actually released, or maybe just these vendors or websites started carrying these parts, except for one of them. One of them is a pre-order. So we're just going to go over real quick the few things I'm going to order here very shortly, and then continue the build process. At this point, the build process for the 4Runner is just making certain things better and replacing stuff that, you know, is either outdated or it's gonna just be for better protection, I guess. We'll say it like that. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to replace the factory tube here. I will keep the factory one. These start to get brittle over time, so I kind of want to just already eliminate that. It's not going to do anything. Air Raid has a tube right here that fits right to the factory box. I figure it's a lot easier. I have done a cold air intake on this before, but it kept triggering the check engine light, and I just put the factory one back on. No check engine light came back on for that. So that's why I figured I would just go ahead and eliminate the part that breaks all the time that I see. You can tell it's really, you know, kind of older, so I don't want to take the chance or anything like that. So go ahead and just tackle that. Like I said, this is always, the lighting is perfect under here, so that is one of the best mods in my opinion. Going inside the vehicle, I know that I just had this rear view mirror already done. There's one called, I think, a Wolf Box or something like that. It's basically a GPS backup camera. I already have a backup camera, but it also has a front-facing recording camera and traffic lane sensor, like all this, you know, all this cool stuff for a mirror for to replace this one. This one is great, but I think that I will benefit a lot more from the other, because it also, when the vehicle's off, from what I read, it still records. So that is one of the things that I wanted to get with that mirror first, the Gentex, but they didn't have they didn't really have the same setup. So I was looking at other options. When you start doing that, it gets super expensive. Some of them were like $800. So I was like, oh, we'll just get that one. But they just released this one apparently for the 4Runner for this model. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up while it's in stock. So the other thing, I actually haven't even checked under the vehicle. I don't even know why I have a spare. So where the fuel tank is on this vehicle, the factory skid plate for that, if you want to call it that, as you can see, I've already done the whole entire kit from RCI. RCI has now released the skid plate to replace the factory one, the flimsy factory one, for the fuel tank right there. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase that while that's actually on sale as well. But it's for pre-order, so I don't know how long it's going to take to get it. So I think that's something that is always needed, especially if you're taking these things off-roading and doing a lot of trailing and stuff. It's one of the things you want to invest in, are the engine skid plate, transfer case, and all that. It's going to protect the underside of the vehicle, especially the oil pan and all that. And the good thing about the RCI one, it has that little, like a cutout hole that's prefabbed, obviously, so it's not ugly looking, for you to be able to change the oil still without having to remove the skid plate or having a shop do it, because some shops, I know, charge to do that. The only last thing that I actually saw, so went ahead and had this tinted right there. I think it just blends better. I had this, I think, 20% in the front, so it blends in with the front passenger window and then the driver's side, and then it gets darker as we, you know, go to the rear to the vehicle. So I wanted it to blend. The person doing it told me I should just do 5%. I was like, no, I think I would rather just kind of keep it blended and look all the same front to rear, which I do like better anyways. I think it's CompuStar is a remote start. So I'm thinking about adding a remote start to this. You know, obviously not a big featured mod or anything really honestly cool, but I think the one that I was looking at was like the $800 one, or it's like $600 or $800 or something like that. Allows you to, like, you can remote start it, obviously. You can locate your vehicle within like a 3-mile radius and stuff like that. So the only benefit of me doing that is when I travel to different cities and stuff, and I go do to like stand-up comedy at, you know, mics or shows or whatever, Figured parking the vehicle somewhere, you know, I don't remember where everything is. Air tag, I'll leave air tag in the car, and some distances if you have to walk, it doesn't pick up. You can always drop a pin, but this would make it a lot easier. Plus it would just be a there's just different options you can do. Like the factory option, you can roll down this window, but you can't roll it back up. With that, like aftermarket remote start, you can control it to do both up and down. So that's a few things coming for this vehicle. Like I said, this video is going way too longer than I thought. Modding these vehicles never ends whatsoever, but it's come a long way, and to the point of modding it now, it's just for improvement on certain things, or maybe switching something up to look better, or just a better feature. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys later.